Welcome everybody, Life Force Canada Education Forum Zoom call. It's February 22nd, and I'm very happy to see you. Many new faces and people that have been here before. And I'm actually quite honored to have Pierre Barnes on the call today. Hi, Pierre. Pierre is an amazing activist and child protector. He's been active against SOGI and raising awareness for quite a while now. And one of the website that I'm going to show will be yours. So thank you for jumping on our Zoom for such a short notice.
Yes,
Life Force Canada is a platform across Canada. We are creating the new parallel society. So Life Force Canada has 9 pillars. Education is one of them. And tonight, I'm going to present a very huge topic that has been, I feel, very disturbing to whoever is being introduced to it. And we're talking about the SOGI 1, 2, 2, 3 curriculum, so sexual orientation and gender identity, and the drag queen storytelling. And we're going to scratch the surface and then going a bit deeper of who is behind it, what is the agenda, and how can we take actions, because Life Force Canada, we're about solutions, we're about empowerment, we're about inspiring people. So hopefully we'll have a lot to offer on that. So without further ado, because we have about an hour and I can go further, so it depends on the participants. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start sharing. So I'll introduce the theme through scanning those websites. And I'll show a 1-minute video from one website and then 6 minutes from another one. And I'll wrap up and then I'll open to discussion. And perhaps before discussion, I'll just ask Pierre to say a few things. If it's okay by you, Pierre, I'm putting you on the spot here. So I'm going to in a minute, share my screen. Okay. All right. So.
Hila, just a reminder, if it has sound, to make sure you check share sound. Otherwise, we won't hear it.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm just going to press share screen and share sound. Okay. And optimize for video clip. Thank you, LJ. Okay. There we go. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. Yep. It's blank, but we see it.
Oh, okay, because my computer is asking me, you know what, I'm going to cancel that. All right, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So this is the SOGI 123 website that speaks to British Columbia and Alberta. It looks pretty innocent and have beautiful slogans and titles about diversity and inclusivity. So you can see everyone has a sexual orientation and gender identity, supporting students. Now I'm going to go to approach here. Apologies for my computer being a bit slow, but it's getting there. So creating SOGI inclusive education is as easy as 1, 2, 3 essentials. 3 essentials for SOGI inclusive in school: policies and procedures, inclusive environments, teaching resources, and it elaborates on all of that. Again, so far, when you read it on the surface, it sounds, oh, okay, this is about being open and supporting students that have a different sexual orientation. And again, for parents, you can see that they're trying to be very open about addressing children curiosity, telling what it is about, what is changing, what will our child learn. Now, I'm not going to read because our next website will actually explain it in a more of a concise way. But what I want you to see here, just from a critical eye and visually looking at this, as a parent who doesn't really have a lot of time, let's say 2 parents working, children, a dog, whatnot. Okay, you hear about SOGI, like, what is SOGI? Let's go to the website. You kind of scroll down, you check things. On the surface, it looks like, okay, very progressive, open approach, inclusivity, diversity. We're all about that, right? It sounds okay. And this is what this website is about. So if we go beyond that, there's more to SOGI. So I'm going to move on to the website that is, and I wonder if someone can put the links in the chat if people want to check the website later on, because each and every website has a lot of material on it. So this is an excellent website, SOGI 123 Task Force. And I was part of the people that started this website, and the committee is of excellent people, including psychiatrists and doctors across the world. What I'd like you to see here, actually, I'm going to start with reading the vision and mission, and then there's about a 2 minute video. So the focus of this task force is on schools. The vision to expose the truth about sexual orientation and gender identity agenda being pushed in school curriculums around the world and empower parents to take back control over their children's education. Mission: to create awareness and resources that inform parents, caregivers, and families about the hidden truth around both the sexualization of children in schools and gender dysphoria. To provide resources in a way that helps all concerned to make decisions about the safety, wellness, and education of their children through informed action. To collaborate with like-minded groups to facilitate change, including working with all available mechanisms to hold accountable those who put children in harm's way. To build relationships and partnerships with other vetted child defense groups who will propagate our messages and vision. And last, to hold ourselves accountable to truth and facts. So here's the short video.
Welcome and thank you for visiting the SOGI 123 International Task Force website. Please take some time to go through the materials and data we have collected also. Please understand there's some tough content to take in, and it's hard to believe it's in our schools. The ideology has been there for many years, but today, with the multitude of manufactured crisis and distraction, it's a perfect time for globalist forces to physically implement these evil initiatives that are stealing innocent lives in the name of slogans like family-friendly and inclusiveness. These terms are being used as a cloak for manipulating young minds and emotions. The SOGI 123 International Task Force provides parents the information needed to understand the truth about this agenda so that we have the means to rise and act. At present, there is a mass exodus being pulled from schools worldwide. Once trusted teachers are now at par with politicians when it comes to the trust levels in many people's view. People we thought we could trust have been mentally captured to keep quiet and look the other way. When you are ready, hopefully sooner rather than later, please feel free to look at our extensive section featuring business cards, flyers, and more. The best part is you print, and they are absolutely free to use. It's up to all of us collectively that can stop this. It's our fight, for us, you and me, not our kids. Thank you for watching, and we sure hope you can help kids everywhere.
Okay, so that's a short video that speaks to what is SOGI and what can you do according to what they're offered here, and we'll get into that. But before that, who's behind SOGI? So let's take a look. Before I start, I wonder how many of you have heard about SOGI? Can you maybe use the reaction bar and raise your hand so I can see who has heard about SOGI? Okay, see a few hands. There he is. Okay, right on. Now let's scratch the surface here and see who's behind SOGI. So there's the arcfoundation.ca, which is part of ARC International, and I invite you to look into that on your free time. Human rights campaign, and it gets us all the way down to, yeah, you name it, the UN. So I'm going to read a little bit here. When you dig deep into the issue, it's not just at your child's school, it's all schools. Dig even deeper beyond province or state, you have government. Beyond your government is the United Nations. So what does United Nations and the World Economic Forum have to say? Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. Most people see the UN and WEF as groups that aim to improve the world and reduce effects on the climate. Right. Reducing pollution created by human is not the main goal, but rather reduction of the amount of people on Earth. Many well-known people have been talking about less people in the future as part of the solution. Individuals like Bill Gates, Prince Philip, Klaus Schwab, Henry Kissinger, and more all believe that population reduction is the answer, and in turn could save the world. In case you haven't been following in the last 2 years, and I'm sure all of us have, the Greater Reset has been in the news, which is part of the same global agenda. SOGI 123 is just a piece of the overall plan that have been working on for the last 50 years. So I'm just going to stop here. And again, once you get into this website, you can read more about the origin, the purpose, and you know, I had to take a deep breath reading it a year ago. It's not easy to digest, and this topic is one that can really trigger us, and for sure I felt very reactive, which can be a good thing because we can channel it. We can channel this energy to stand for the children and to say no and to speak up and find solutions. So I'm going to move on from here to the task force toolkit. So there's a parent toolkit, and it's a wonderful one I'm not going to get into each and every one because there's much information here. We're just going to talk about school library books. So we know that there are books that are part of the curriculum. So you have information of which book are problematic, how to find or look for them in your child's school, tips for speaking up, forms that you can use and print out. So again, SOGI 123 International Task Force. And now I'm going to move to Pierre's website. And I wonder, Pierre, would you actually like to speak while I'm showing your website?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah. Can you go back to the expo, the SOGI, the previous, not the SOGI task force, but the first one? I just want to show something to people.
Okay, the mission vision.
The no, for parents, SOGI, the SOGI website.
The toolkit for parents, you mean?
No, the ARC.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So because you can go back to the front page, home page, yeah,
Yes.
whatever it is. When it's gender,
Yeah,
is
my
that the one?
computer is just slow, but it's coming up.
Okay. Is that coming up or?
Yeah.
Yeah, slow. That's okay. Just want to explain the little things here.
Okay, let me try and refresh it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It obviously doesn't like being
So
exposed.
they're all kids. They probably are 5, 6, 7 years old. And then you got the word sexual everywhere around the image of those children. You know, look at this. They're very young. Those kids doesn't think about sexuality. And then you got the word, everyone has sexual. Just this is wrong. This image is wrong. It's looking offensive, but it's actually grooming us to believe that this okay. They're way too young for. I just wanted to point this out. And the exposing SOGI on my website.
Okay, sorry. I think my computer froze. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can share mine. Want me to share my computer?
Is a little bit stuck.
I can share my
Is
screen.
this you?
Okay. Do you see it? Can you see it?
I see you, Pierre. I don't see your screen because I'll have to make you
Oh,
a co-host. So give me a second. My computer is stuck. Apologies, everybody. I am so sorry.
We're
Can
good.
you see it?
We're good. I did the behind the scenes, Hila.
Okay. So you
Okay.
can see the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
so now you
Go
can
ahead.
see it?
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So just to show people that my feelings are related to fact. So yeah, that's the first page. So there is actually a lots of sexual abuse that happen in BC, Ontario, and all across the country. So on that website, you can find the teacher misconduct case here. I got over 2,000 of them. They all cases related to sexual abuse. So what I did is I went well they only show teacher misconduct. They only make teacher misconduct case public in Alberta, BC, and Ontario. So in 3 provinces, I find 2,000 cases. Hello? Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, you can search here, you can find the names, and what I try to do is to combine all the cases together. So when the parents want to look for names, even if that person is not on the province, they can still find the case of that teacher. You know, that's a work in progress. But so far, I got 2,000 cases only in 3 provinces since 1998. So yeah, 20 years. So yeah, so that's a part of the website. here I got the book location, which I update today. I had 700 location of books there. So if you want to put, let's say, your district, you put West Van, then you click here, then the libraries of the school is going to open. This is directly on this. I'm from my site to the school site. So if I click here, then I got all, I know exactly where this book here is in which school. So this is not me making up that, you know, those books are there. This is actually the school site. So I'm linking to the school site. So this is factual. So yeah, so then I got, you know, I believe I got over 4,000 locations across the country so far. I'm working on it every day. And what else? I got the water book review. Here you can see I got, I believe, 30. Maybe not 30. Yeah, I should be approximately 30 books. That one's got less, but whatever. So I got over 30 books that I did per stage and review. So I buy the books, I review it. Then usually, if you ask me for a book copy, I send you a PDF. So you don't need to buy the book. Just ask me. Don't spend money for that. Don't give them money. I give you the book. You know, yeah, I don't care about copyright in that case. Yeah, so I share the books to a lot of people. So yeah, so here you just click here, and you got that's my own review. You can, you know, people can review the books for themselves. Yeah, that one is the I can go to a couple of books if you don't mind. So that one is the book is gay and is available in many schools, including Chilliwack and Abbotsford, actually. And you know, that one talk about you know, that one is yeah, that one said that the best skill you can master as a gay or B man is the timeless classic, the end job. So you talk about Bloomy, end job, and bombing, you know. And that one is actually speaking about gay dating apps. So they told children where to go to get access to gay dating apps. So yeah, they explain. You know, it's yeah, that book is horrible actually. I did a full 30 minutes review on that book on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna show you a graphic one, okay? Just so everyone know that one is very graphic. Okay, that one is promoting, of course, gender ideology. And here you can see the picture. This is in children's school. Okay. Yeah, and look at this here. So yeah, so this is actually, when you look at the pictures, this is a girl who's got a strap on. She's dreaming that she's a boy and that she got affiliations from another boy. That's in children's school. What's the educational purpose of it? There is none. The purpose of it is to groom children, over sexualize them, and make to groom them. It's basically, that's what it is. And yeah, there is which one? That one looked very innocent. That one is in a lot of elementary school. It looks innocent, but
It's
actually it's not.
perfectly normal. That's the name of it, right?
Yeah, it's perfectly normal. Yeah,
Wow,
very.
Amazing bodies.
Yeah, look at this. They show this one is in elementary school, okay? So kids, this one actually was in the library, Richmond Library, in the kids section. So your child can go in the libraries, and that one was on display. This book. So you see, this is man. This is someone's masturbating, and they talk about it, and another masturbation here, you know, and yeah. So it's actually. Yeah, and here they describe the sexual intercourse, the feelings, the whole body feel good, feel sexy. You know, it's like if can it begin with people? So yeah, so it described the pleasures of a sexual intercourse to children. That's bad actually. You know, you got the pictures, then you got the definitions of it. It's like and the way they talk about sex actually is like if sex is always good, right? There's nothing bad about it. So that's very dangerous for those people, so the children who are abused at home, because now they may feel guilty that sex doesn't feel good for them. In fact, you should not have sex. So that's another grooming book. So yeah, and that one, the Melissa, George, that one is weird because the name of that book was George, but George is a transgender. George became a girl actually. Okay, and they changed the books for George to Melissa. So they published the book as George, and those people are so messed up in the head. Or they say, oh, that's not inclusive for George, which is only a character. So we're gonna sell another book, which is gonna be the real name of George, which is now Melissa. So it's the same book. So yeah, so there's many anyway. So you can go on my website and take a look. And I got medical abuse here that describe what's going on right now in BC.
Just warn us if there's some graphic visions that are can be a bit overwhelming.
That one? Yeah, I think so, Mike.
If you're showing some things from the clinics, right?
Yeah, maybe that one at the end. But yeah, I won't show this. Yeah, I got some pictures of little girls that have the breast cut actually. So the clinic. The clinic, they are going on Instagrams and they post the pictures of all the clients they have. So I got over 6,000 pictures of girls with mastectomy all across the country. But 2 clinics actually, not even all across the country. I just don't know the pictures.
It is known that those clinics have popped up in the past 2 years. Times, I don't know, from a few to hundreds. This is industry.
And this is where SOGI become dangerous, is right there. Because the problem with SOGI is already a problem. But now the problem with SOGI is that, the brainwashing the kids to believe that they can be something else than what they are born with. And the kids and the teachers, they have the law with them. So in BC, according to the BC Infant Act, a child can consent to therapeutic, preventive, and cosmetic healthcare. So that's mean that the child can consent to puberty blockers without parent, in like vaccine. You can take vaccine, puberty blockers, and all this stuff. And the Infant Act they describe them as mature minor consent. And a mature minor consent is just someone who understand, is just a child. And the practitioner believe that the child understand what's going to be done to them, to him or her, and so that make the child a mature minor in that case. So yeah, so as long as the
12 years old.
Yeah,
as young as 12 years old.
Yeah, so they can. So here we go. So yeah, so that one is a conversion therapy. Where this is all in the criminal code now. That it is actually illegal to promote heterosexuality. That's why they are removing all the books, and the only books that you see now are all promoting either nothing or other type of sexual orientations. So now you got probably 100 type of sexual orientation. So that's why. So they remove it, the books based on this new law, which is the Bill C4 that they signed, I think, 1 year ago. So yeah, and yeah. So and this is directly from the BC Transcare actually. This is actually, if I go expose 1, 2, 3, if I click here, now you see I'm right on the site of BC Transcare. This is not my site anymore. I'm on this site, and look what this said. If you're under 19, so you can get puberty blockers under 19. You just need all those other things. And look at this. The adolescents have been given informed consent. The consent of your guardian is preferred, but not absolutely necessary under the BC Infant Act that I just showed you. So this is live. This is right on the site right now. So and then the effect. That's it. So there's no bullshit there. And here that's the BC Children's Hospital, which is a very reputable hospital, right? We all like our BC Children's Hospital. But that hospital actually, they're promoting puberty blockers under the age of 17 years old. It's right there. It's right on the site. So you go there, and there is a path at some point. They explain all the process to get there, and you don't need to have the parent consent. Again, so it's a big package, right? So you got the books in school.
Yeah,
you
Pierre,
got-
I just want to take a moment for us to understand that a child, let's say 12, 13, 14, in such a sensitive age in their life, and
Yeah.
let's say they are going through meaningful confusion or abuse or whatnot, instead of getting the right support and having the family involved and having a collaborative counseling to tell a child that they can make a decision without thinking long term about the ramification for their future. And we've heard there are so many men and women that went through those clinics and had those operations, and they are, some of them, regretting it, and it's irreversible. So we need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
How come they are making it so easy for children to dismiss parental consent?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, as I said, it's a big package, right? So you got all the BCTF here that got all those books and all those SOGI learning resource, and then you got the policies that's changed. You got SOGI 1, 2, 3s in school, which is SOGI 1, 2, 3 mean well, that everything have to be SOGI inclusive, policy, learning resource, and lots of stuff. So yeah, so it's a big package, as I said. And you know, within the SOGI things, you have lots of pedophilic content actually, because they use, yeah, those predators, they use SOGI as a door, right, to put these stuff in it, because there is some content on those on the BCTF site actually that I'm gonna show you, that told children to touch the private part actually. Right, that one. This is all live, huh? So I'm not there we go. So that's the one I'm talking about. This is for key 3, okay? And oh yeah, so look at this next. The children are given an opportunity to draw males and female external genital on online figures. I'm just gonna close the door. The cleanup people are coming.
I've also heard that some parents had this feedback of having their children coming home with a questionnaire to their parents about their parents' sexual activity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the type of stuff
Elementary school at a young age. I mean,
yeah, so here we go. So you see here, if I go down at the bottom here, so I'm gonna give the boys oh yeah, 4, draw a penis and testicles on the boys and a vulva on the girl. So it's a piece of paper that they told the children to draw a penis and a vulva, but before that, they explained that touching your private parts sometimes feel good. You know what I mean? What's point? Yeah, they keep saying they feel good actually. So yeah, so it's a you know, if you can have access to this information, but if you start making research and you look at learning resource, teacher misconduct case related sexual abuse, if you just start making research, you'll find out a lot of horrible things that are happening right now and that are not in the news. They're not in the mainstream media, but they're still online in the news because they have to report it, but they never, you know, they don't make it a big story. But if you look at it, you're gonna find case of sexual misconduct and sexual abuse on CBCs and CTV and all this stuff. They just don't put this in the TV, right? They're very quiet about it. So yeah, so we have the problem we have systemic abuse problem in our country right now. I find 2,000 cases of teacher misconduct related to sexual abuse only in 3 provinces. And you know, most of the people who are sexually abused don't talk about it. So there is a big things happening, and now you got the medical abuse on the top of it. We are mutilating children in our country. That's very simple. I don't. This is.
So
They will pay the price very soon. Those people for what they did, but we need to wake up. You know, our children are in danger right now, real danger. So yeah.
thank you so much, Pierre. And
Welcome.
please stay, because at the end, I'm sure there'll be some people with questions, and I'd like you to pitch in and share, because you're very knowledgeable of the details, especially with respect to books or policies.
Yeah.
So I thank you. I'd like to continue and finish up. So
Yeah,
we
sure. You know I can talk forever. So I'm just gonna put this on mute.
can, let's see, I think I'll have to stop participant sharing. Let's see. All right. So I think right now we're back. Thank you so much, Pierre. And I'm going to share my screen again. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to share screen again. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So thank you so much again, Pierre. And we covered your website, and we'll have you for the Q&A as well. I know we are going to be way more than an hour, and I hope everybody is okay with that. I think it's, you know, we can go on and on. I'm trying to condense it. And I'm going to move to another related topic that came about recently in BC, but it's all over the world, and it's the drag queen storytelling. So I'm going to quickly say that there is an agenda to fund drag queen storytelling in community centers, libraries, and this is again part of the bigger theme of gender confusion, and the transhumanism all stems from the same sources that are behind SOGI and even more. So I'm going to put this short video here. This is from the first drag queen storytelling in Vancouver, British Columbia. It was at a community center. It's called Kids Neighborhood House. And it was put as a free event with 2 drag queens. One of them, their name was Satanics, and the other one, their name was Terabella. And when we checked out their social media platform, it was horrific. What they show on their social media photos and videos is way less than child appropriate, so to speak, and very vulgar, sexual images. And prior to the storytelling, so Michael Fraser and myself are co-founders of New Earth Network, and we also were parents, and we live nearby. So we set up a meeting with the director of this community center, and we try to understand whether the people that they invite to read stories to children are go through criminal record check. And he couldn't answer the question. He said that they go through some kind of a screening. He wasn't able to tell us what the screening is like, what are the criteria. And then he said that it's all volunteer-based, so they're not getting paid. Yet you see on their website that there are funders for those programs. So we were curious, and we asked him, drag queens are performers for adults. Why do they come to tell stories to children? Why? And again, he couldn't answer the question. He was turning around his tail, and then we decided to go outside and have an interview. And so I'm just going to show 6 minutes of short coverage of what was going on there. So here we go. This is Truth for Press, Press for Truth, Dan Dix.
That's the name. Here, kids. You're safe.
Hila, the sound isn't working.
Pornography.
Yeah, the video is very choppy.
Oh, it's choppy. Okay, let me stop and restart it.
It's probably your internet connection.
Okay.
You have to do those 2 boxes, I think, every time.
And I might help if you turn off your video camera.